and inosanto. In this volume 2, we will be stressing Filipino dumog with the stick and without the stick. Thank you very much. This section now will be on what we call dumog. It's called many different names in the Philippines, and it can be with the stick, or with the weapon, or without. So to teach you the progression that we teach at our academy, we start off with the weapon. So basically, you can start off with the single stick, okay, the baston or the ulisi. Or you can start off with the flat stick, the skinny flat stick, or a little bit wider flat stick. This 3 teaches the use of various different types of blades that they might use. Okay. So you have 3 ranges in stick fighting. You have long range, the anta range, you have middle range, and you have dikit, or the close quarter, or distancia corto. This range here is where the dumog comes in, or what they call kunsi, or higut, meaning to tie. So in blade work, usually you won't go into the ground, because when you strike with this, it usually will not go into the ground. But a lot of times, if you are in stick fighting and people have good pain tolerance, the grappling will come in. So it's good to be educated. I have a lot of instructors that believe that you should not go to the ground with the stick if possible. That you should finish it standing and finishing it at long range, or finish it at middle range, or finish it at close quarter, but don't go to the ground. But sooner or later, sometimes your opponent will crash that inside barrier and you will have to go to the ground. So it's very important that you learn how to go to the ground and learn some survival techniques on the ground. Okay? So with this, I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to have to do this. You can learn this 2 ways. You can just go out and spar it. And if you spar it, you're going to discover every technique within 1 or 2 years. And as years go by from session to session, you're going to discover different things that you can't do. But I like to take a progression before I let them go out and spar. So you have this new thing in the United States now where they call it the full contact submission grappling, where you're allowed to strike with the baston and you're allowed to submit them on the ground. And you're allowed to punch, you're allowed to elbow, you're allowed to knee, standing or on the ground. So I'm going to just show you some drills before you get into the free sparring, which I think help. Okay. At long range over here, this will be Ricky Young helping me out. Okay. At long range over here, we try to strike the arm, but in close quarter, we're going to try to crash. Well, let's use the scenario for this. If I strike here and we're in a close quarter, and I strike here, and we're going to switch and hit. We go on the collarbone. The first lock will be here. That's your first lock. And I might switch the base and go into your second lock. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again very, very slow. Again, this is a scenario. It might not come out this clean. There might be an exchange of blows. I might even get hit with the fist. I might even be hit with the puño of the stick or the tip of the stick. We don't know. So again, we'll just do the scenario. I might strike here and we're in close quarter. Now, if I strip it like this and I strike, I still will go to the ground. Using the stick to post, grabbing this. Now he can counter all these if he wants. I'm going to switch the base and go down to this position here. Okay, one more time. Okay. Now, this can also happen, a very common scenario. I might strike one over here, he'll meet it. You might strike 2, and then you're going to crash in like this. Go on the collarbone, okay? I have to be careful because you can hit me with that red stick, okay? But I want to close the door like that. That's going to lock the ground. I'm going to switch the base for the training and lock it like this. Okay, last time, very, very slowly so you can see this, okay? All right, at this point over here, let's say we're striking the air, and we're striking 1, 2, and I crash, and I hit. I'll go to the collarbone. I will post, I will lock it, switch the base, and lock it again. Okay? That's probably the first one I would like to go through. Now, a lot of times when you're doing this, if you notice closely, I just isolate it here. What's happening is you're switching and hitting. It can be done in 1 motion, or it can be done with 2 motion, doesn't matter. This is using the middle of the stick, hitting on the collarbone, posting, going down. You can strike here, posting here, and locking. Moving the base again, locking again. Okay, now, the other point, we're going to use the end of the stick, which is this end here. If you watch closely over here, you're going 1, you're going 2, but you're going to strike the Adam's apple. One more time slowly. 1, 2. strike the Adam's apple. It might not come out that clean. This is to show you, just to get into the curriculum, and when you strike, you use your foot to trip. Okay? Notice my hand position. This is the break. To the hand. Then coming across here, you're going to move this position here, catch the leg, that's the other lock. Okay, one more time slowly. Okay? Okay, very slowly here. Okay, let's say we're going to use now the crash. We're crashing in. We hit. We use this to the Adam's apple. We come down and we throw. You notice this position here? I'm locking the arm. I'm moving the base over here, hooking to the leg, and that's the lock. Okay? One more time, very, very slow. This is one possibility what we're doing right now. Okay? Slow again. We crash. We hit. We hit the Adam's apple. We use this as a trip. We stomp the base, arm break here, move the base back, right leg, come down and lock it. This is just one of many different locks that can be used. Okay, the next one, we're going to come back again. And we'll just isolate it for the sake of just explanation. We crash, we hit, we use the same throw. Okay, if we can, we like to break it here. Now we're going to step with the right foot over, come over, hold the hand here, and lock it. It could be like this, or it could be like this. Okay, we'll just do this very, very slowly, okay? Okay. Again, we crash, we hit, we use the back part, hitting. We hold on, see how I'm cupping this hand here to the elbow? That's a stomp. We break, hip in, we go over, we capture, using the leg, and coming into this position here. One more time, very, very slowly, okay? All right, we're crashing in, okay? We're making the shot here. We're going to hit to the Adam's apple, come in, we're breaking here, we hip in, go down, lock into this position here. Okay? Last time so you can see it closely, okay? Now, all this time he's letting me do this right now. In reality, he's not going to let me do this. So a lot of things can take place here. Okay, so when I crash and I hit, I can maybe strike it once and then come down, okay? Stomp, hip in, okay? Move the base, put it to this position, and lock. Or lock to this position here. Okay, again. Okay, now, in a lot of cases over here, when you get in, we're going to strip it. That will happen again. Look closely. That's one of the disarms you can do. Okay? Or, again, one of the disarms you can do is like this. Many different variations, again. So a lot of times you might even lose your stick. Because in the Dumog, sometimes I have one stick, I have no sticks, or he might no stick, but the Dumog, or we both don't have sticks. But once we come here and we strip to that position, all right, that's the hit, that's the lock I'm going to have you go into. Notice how the branches up, then we're going to turn the body like this, okay? One more time, okay? This is the locking, okay? 1, 2. Okay, when we come back to this position, that's 3. Okay. The other variation is to move the base, okay, and lock it in this manner. Okay, one more time again so you can see. Because of the energy, you won't know. Like the first one, I stripped it. I struck. I came down to this position, okay? I lock, I might strike here, see? And that blue branch up. Every time he moves, I have to adjust to him, okay? Now a lot of times, in the process, when I come across here, he's still holding on. Therefore, it's going to be like this. Now notice how I back over here? Now I might go to this lock here because I have to adapt to the body. I myself don't know because I have to adapt. Wherever his body lands, that's what I have to do, okay? If I stripped it as the first time, you notice that there's no baton. It's out. That's the hit. That's a strike. That's the lock. As he comes down, I strike, I come to this position, I lock. I lock. This is the format that we do, okay? Okay, many times he still has the stick. See, right now he has a stick. That's when we hit across. Now we can lock it on this side, or we can switch the base and lock on this side. One more time, very slowly. Okay? Okay, so this time, see, I didn't get rid of the stick. Right? I come to here. He's still holding on the stick. Notice how the body's across. Now, since I'm this way, I'm going to mount on this side first and lock it up. So you know, you can't tell which way it's going to go. Now in the process here, you might come in here, you hit the hand, you strip it. Okay, if you would strike here, you come over here. Notice how the hand's sliding here. Notice how I bring him in tight. Notice how I tuck it, and then I lock it up again. One more time. And there's many ways to get into it, see? Sometimes we strip it here. We headbutt, we knee, we slap, we bring it in this manner. So I bring it in, and we scissor over here. That's the scissor. Put the weight on top of the occipital bone, which is this. This is the choke. We come to this position, we take it out. Okay, one more time again. Okay, so in this position, you can strip here. You can strike and strike, and then go in and pull it in like this. Tuck underneath the armpit, and then break here. Okay, now, or else, we can switch to this position. In reality, this goes in the head. Strike, headbutt, knee, pull it in, crank, and put it here. Okay, one more time again, slowly. Okay, so when he's in this position here, okay, we're switching, and that strips. Notice that he hits the same time. Then we look to see if we can do this. We knee, we elbow, we bring it in tight, we switch the base, and we come to this one here. These are different variations that you can do. Okay. It is important to look over here. Sometimes the most dangerous hand in stick fighting, according to Flora Villabreo, was not necessarily the stick hand, where this can hit you. It was this hand here. So if you look closely, let's just do a couple that we'll deal with here. Sometimes you block, he'll punch. This is going to hit. Look at it again. What happens? 1, 2. Look at the switch. Look at the lock. Okay, one more time. This is sort of like a muscle lock. We'll do it slowly. This is 1, and sometimes I'll parry here. Hit the hand so he's not half stick. Hit the face. Bring it toward me. Come down. This is the muscle lock in that position. Okay. One more time, very, very slow, okay? Gonna move it back to this position again. Okay, 1. Notice he punches. You smack that hand. Make sure that baton is out, because if you still have that baton, he can hit you on that side here. So this also can strike. So when I bring it down to the ground, I put the knee in the chest. It's very painful like this, and we lock it like that. And then I have the locks now. Now, watch closely what I do with this hand here. See, this forms a V, and I'm coming down. Okay, one more time again. You have to find these. They're not going to come out exactly like this. These are just a technique. And some of the techniques are not alone. It takes hours and hours and hours of mat time down here before you can do it and pull it off. I'm demonstrating the techniques at what we call a very elementary level because he's letting me. In reality, he will not let me. He will be punching me, he will be kicking me, he will be kneeing me, he will be elbowing me. And that is what we call Kali. Kali is not an ancient art. The way I was taught, K-A stands for Ka. L-E stands for Lihok. We mean Kamut Lahok, or hand motion. Okay, and we were taught that the Eskrima and Arnes came from the mother art Kali. But there are differences of opinion. I have Arnes teachers, they teach me a different history. I have Eskrima teachers, they teach me a different history. I have Kali teachers, they have a different history. I have Silat teachers from the southern Philippines, they have a different history. I'm showing you the art as top, and I'm combining it so you can see the different variants. Majority of these techniques are from the Lacasa system. Okay, let's look this at again. Okay, so if I block, and he punches, that's the hit to the body. I come to this position, I smack the body, I turn, I place the lock here, I scoop the stick under, and now apply this one here. Okay, one more time, very, very slow, okay, so you can just see the mechanics. If you look closely, why I'm here, see, 1 and he punches, see, my hand can come on this side, my hand can come on this side and then hit the hand here, see. At that point, see how I'm coming here, and any time this can go over, I switch the base, I pull full weight on the chest, and then squeeze. I scoop the stick under the head and squeeze. Okay? I could be kneeling or standing. It doesn't really matter. Okay, let's look at the variations. Now this very common one in the lacrosse system. I go 1, he goes 2, and hit that hand here. At that time here, notice how I put the stick under. Okay, one more time so they can see this again slowly. I go 1, I go 2. Okay, now watch where the stick comes under. See what happens over here? Go to the body here, I'm going to lock it in this position. See, the arm position is here. Okay, very closely again. I'm going to do it very, very slow so you can see what's happening over here. This is 1, this is 2. I step on the foot, control the body, the stick is down. This here can be done at this level here. Or you can drive the stick here and lock it to this position here. Okay? One more time, very slow. Okay? Okay? Again, you go 1, you come to this position, you strike the hand, you extend the hand like this, pull down on it. Now he's more on his stomach, and you can also apply it like that. Okay? At any time, he might bend the arm. Let's see, he bends it. At that point now, see, your stick hand now is pointed in that direction. That is the energy. See the energy again? You don't have to pull body weight. This is always hitting the head if you want to. But for training, we just go like that. Okay? Slow motion again. One more time so you can see that. Okay? So if you block it and you strike the hand here, okay, and you move the base like that. See the base how it's coming out? You want to step forward. See? In reality, I would leave the stick under the body some more painful. Gear shift in the first. Okay, he bends the arm, turn the base, come to that side, move the line, and then strike. Okay, that's one of the variations you would use. Okay, a lot of times on that same thing, because remember that the left hand could hit you here, and that would be it. So that you have to be aware of that left hand. That's the other one. See how you're locking it here? Again, you can do the same lock. Okay, one more time very slowly. 1, okay, 2, drive the body in. Now there's many counters you can do, but right now I'm just showing you the offense portion of it. Okay, one more time again. This is 1, this is 2. Drive, shoot the base, come to here. Okay, last time, very, very slow so you can just see it. This is 1. Okay, wide drive in, hand is here. This is the scissor motion. Move the base and lock. Okay. Sometimes as an opponent, you go 1, you go 2, and you start to go here, and he kind of resists. So you reach up here, and now you have the base on that side. Okay, one more time very slow. Okay, now this will occur when this body placement is here. 1, he punches. I'm moving over here, but he counters it. So this hits. See how I turn the body? See? I come here, put my hand here, and I turn in this motion like that. Okay? Third time, just very, very slowly so you can just see. This is 1, okay? This is 2. I come here and he resists, see? So I hit this body here, turn the body here, come to this position, and lock it here. Okay. These are some of the basics. There's so many of these. There's just so many, it's hard to show everything in one shot. Now, this will happen many times. Many times you will come in, you will hit, and you will try to make the tackle here. Okay? Or he will do the same principle. He'll tackle you here. You will go to the ground from that position. And he takes me down a double leg tackle. See, this will happen. Okay? Now, if that happens, see, you just push. That's the strike here. Okay? One variation. Let's do that again so you can see. Okay? All right, 1, he comes in, he tackles. I'm stuck here. Now he's standing, okay? Strip this baton here, move this foot here, make the shot here. And that's what I want, right here. Okay, let's do that again, slowly, okay? Okay. All right, I strike, he crashes in, okay? He tackles, okay? He's standing. His stick is not caught. Now you see how this is? Okay, I strike. And at that time, I can use double like that. Okay? That's one of the variations that you can do. You can keep the single stick, it'll go double stick. Now let's say this happens. He crashes in, he reaches up, and I go to the ground. And now he's on top of me, and he's down here. Notice that my stick is here. So anytime you have the stick here, hold on the hand, grab the handle, and put your stick on the shoulder. Again, see, so if you're down here again, you hold on,
You grab the stick up here and lock it. Again, go up here, grab the stick, and lock it. Now, a lot of times he's like this. So now, if you put it underneath your armpit, put this either under or over and lock it. You're down like this, stick in front, move it here, stick, and under. This is a very common scenario, by the way, okay, and under. Sometimes you go to the ground like this, so make sure you hook it. Now this over. Look at it again, slow motion. See, this goes over, under the armpit, and then lock. Okay? You go over and lock. You go over and lock. If the left hand's on the top, your stick is pointing to the ground. You come under the stick, grab your own hand, and then squeeze. One more time again, to show you again very, very slowly. You can grab the shoulder, or you can grab your own forearm on that. Now, a very common scenario, remember that when you're in this position, he's going to be striking you with your right hand. So you have to take care of that, see? That's the danger part right there. That's why you want to bring him down, see? And so he won't be striking you on that hand. Now, another common scenario is you'll have your stick out here, and he'll hold it, and you can't hit him with the stick. So you want to reach over with your left hand and hit. At that point, I want you to grab here and make the cross. And one more time, slowly. So if he's grabbing the hand here and you can't strike, and he could even possibly holding this hand here or striking with his hand. If he's striking, you want to put your hand here. Again, you strike, you see my hand? It goes right into the deltoid. It goes right into the bicep. And then there's the elbow here, and there's a strike here, and then you can come to this position. Likewise, if the stick is on this side, see, and he's striking with his hand, make sure this elbow, see, it cuts into the bicep, it cuts into the elbow, and you can always come in here and then slap. At that time, see, you can reach over to this stick and apply this choke, or at that time, you can come back here and elbow with this and apply the cross here. Okay, so let's review some possibilities. So anytime the stick is to the front, tip it and go to the elbow, okay? Or on the opposite side, anytime the stick is in the front, go under the armpit, grab the stick with the other side, and squeeze, okay? Anytime the stick is here, you come over with the arm and grab it and choke. Stick on this side again, go over on this side and choke. Now a lot of time when the stick is here, this is a common scenario, you want to move your base, reach up, and choke. Okay, one more time. So it's back here like this, and you're fighting with the person like this. There's a possibility you're going to come back. You want to switch the base and then choke. One more time. You're here like this. Notice that on my head was at 12 o'clock, but when I switch, see, I'm going to come back to this base like this. Okay, again. So you're back like this. He's coming down like that. You want to switch base, reach up, and choke. Again, see. So again, this hand's going to hold. This is going to switch, and you're going to come back on top. Now you go on this side here, switch your base again, reach up and chop. Okay, when you switch again, reach up, choke. Again, very, very slow. Switch up and then choke. Okay, these are important. A very simple one is just if your stick is like this and you're fighting here, sometimes by taking and supporting it on the ground and putting it in the throat, you use the puño. Again, so anytime you're here, you post the stick here, put it in this side. You can do it to both sides. Post it here, here, and here. You can also post it with the stick pointed up, like this. You're going to use a puño, and we're going to autobalada or safety pin this thing to the ground here like that. These are very common. So you have this one, you have it up, okay? You have it facing with the base here. You have it facing with the base here. And these are the common ones that you're going to fight from the ground. Okay, plus the fact on the ground, as we talked about, you have to watch out. He's going to headbutt you. He's going to strike you. This thing has to be ready to cover. So when you start this, it's very important you spar this. If you don't spar it, then you're not going to learn it.
For me, Kali has made it so that I can look at different martial arts differently. Like every art, it has its strengths and weaknesses, but for the most part, it has many strengths. I like the reflex training you have. I like the realness. It functionalizes everything. Before, when I learned other systems, I learned a lot of forms with the staff, a lot of forms with the sword. But as far as the application, Kali cuts the chase into the reality. What is it all about? And still go back into the form aspect of it. So you know what is functional, and they know how to functionalize it. And that's what I like about the Kali, you know. And you know, they say that since it is a weapon-based system, most attacks, at least in the United States, it is said that 95% of it deal with a weapon-based situation. 95% of assaults are with a handheld weapon. That's a high percentage. So it cuts to the realistic. It's very realistic. If you're not realistic, a knife is easy to get cut by. You can train, and even all the training does not ensure you that you're going to be free from a knife training. All the training in anything does not ensure. But what you have done now, you have cut the percentage of survival. Your percentage is now higher. It's going to work because you have a higher percentage because you are trained. And college teaches that very, very quickly. There's no beating around the bush, because some systems you're learning the system. You have to have this for this belt, you have to have this for this belt, you have this for this belt, and sometimes you don't get into what is it all about. Could you really get this knowledge without doing superficial things to get to that knowledge? So you're learning a curriculum. With the college, you're learning the curriculum, but you're going into the soul of that system. Why is it there? What are you going to do? It deals with it very, very quickly. There are a lot of people probably watching this tape, and you're going to say exactly what I said. No, I'm not going to let that guy get that close. My stick will be too fast. But sooner or later, you will meet a man who is faster than the stick, and he'll have good footwork. And you should be educated on the ground. A lot of my instructors used to tell me, particularly in the early 60s and the late 60s, they said, Dan, don't listen to your Mano Lacosta. He's going to get you killed. Stay at long range. Don't learn that inside range. Learn to fight from the long range and middle range, and do not use those techniques, which you will surely die. That's what they used to tell me at that time period, right? And I always listen respectfully, because I wanted to see what their view is. But sooner or later, you will get to that position. And it's important to be educated in it. You might not gravitate to this type of tactics in stick fighting. You might be a long-range fighter. You have to remember that stick fighting under different rules are different. Some systems, when you spar, they only allow the strikes to go from waist to head. Some tournaments, they only allow the toe to the head, sparring. Some systems allow the left punch, which changes the game. Some allow the kicking, the knee, and the elbow, which changes the game. Some systems, you are not allowed to use the puño in their tournaments. And some systems in the United States, they will allow it. In some systems, the points are made by submission and total submission on the ground, which is very, very popular in the United States now. So there are many ways and many types of games you can play here. But it's good to learn to play all the games in stick fighting, whether it's single stick or double stick or stick and dagger or double dagger or single dagger or a staff. So there's many thoughts on this. So it's important to memorize this. So what I would like to do is just show you this, and this is a common scenario. It's not going to be exactly like this, but just to give you the idea. Sometimes in a crash, we can get rid of the stick. Sometimes in a crash here, we can get rid of the stick now. And when we come down to here, so this is the first one, we lift up, and this is the lock. We sit down, and this is the lock. Now this is a soft stick, but usually with a real stick, it will cut in because of the controlling the muscle. Okay, we're going to try that again very slowly. Okay. Now, you can many times do the technique when he has a stick or disarm the stick. If you look closely now, what's happening? I'm blocking with the stick down. This is bringing the arm down, holding it here, extracting the stick out, the hitting over here. At that point, you strike and you tackle. Now you lift up the foot here. See, that's the first lock. Slide it, lift up, sit down, and that's the second lock. Okay. One more time for the third time, okay, so you can see this. Okay? Might not happen exactly like this, okay? So you're here, okay? You're going to strip here. You're going to enter, dive, pick up the leg, okay? Hold it here. And in this case over here, I would automatically hold it here and then lock it here. In this position here, I can turn the body, face here, and lock it here. Now, it looks like there's a danger here, but you'll have the control here because see, you're underneath the knee and you're locking it, okay?
Again, one more time. You have to look at some of these techniques. You say, well, would I use this or not? And it depends. Sometimes this technique's highly successful, sometimes it's not. Okay? So if you're here like this, and you strip it, and you strip it away. Okay? Now you go to tackle, here, and sometimes you only catch one leg. So you lift it up from position, you might do it this way. See? Another time, if he straightens out the leg here, so you want to be able to come back, and maybe come back to this position, and lock it here with the armpit over, and come to this position. Okay? You just have to follow the flow because it's going to be different every time. It's pretty much like playing football. It's going to be different every time you run the ball. Okay, one more time again. So you crash, you strip it. Okay? You do the double leg tackle here, crash. Now you're going to lift up. At this point here, you're going to lock it like this. Now because his leg here, I'm straddling it here, I strike the groin. See? I can even hold the head, tip, and lock it here. That's another way you can do it. You notice that every time, because of the way the body will come, it's going to be different. One more time, very, very slowly, okay? One, hit the switch, strip it. Okay, now, notice the tackle. When I tackle here, I might get one leg or two legs. When I lift up, I don't have two legs. So I sit down in the groin, drop back, and this is good enough, okay? All right, again, one more time, okay? You come to this position, your stick is pointed up. So you make the strip. As you strip, you bombard this body here like that. Now notice here, when I'm going to tackle, my leg is out. So I'm not going to hit. We have to change the scenario again, locking it here. He could be even striking here. See, that's okay too. You have the strike here, you have the lock here, you have the lock again, like this. Okay? Okay, let's go on to this one over here. This is very, very common. When you strike, stick is pointed down, goes up to the groin, you switch. Notice how I pick up this leg here. See? I lock it, I strike the groin, strike the head, and now lock this side here. Okay, one more time. Okay, this, very common takedown in Pikiti Tersha. One, hit, the groin, twist the leg, capture this leg, stomp, the hand, come to here, watch that he doesn't, strike, strike, come back to this position, lock the leg. Okay, one more time very slowly again. Okay. Okay, position here. Okay. Again, your hand, when you hit the hand here, you smash, hit, switch. Make sure this stick is out. Okay. Break the leg, hit the groin, come back to here if you want to control it, and wrench it again or strike from here. Okay, many times the grappling will occur at the upper body, so your object is to bring the person down. So what I like to do under ideal conditions, and remember we're not really exchanging blows, so he's letting me do the technique so that you can see the technique. But in actuality, you're going to have to find it. It's going to come accidentally. It's going to come because you moved into that sector. It's going to come because the flow was there. But right now we're doing it for the purpose so you can see the technique in its entirety and under ideal conditions. Okay, if you look closely, sometimes when you make the strike and you strike here and you lift, and there's a disarm here, you notice that this on the armpit here, see the body position, and then that's the takedown here, and that will be the lock here. Okay, one more time, very, very slowly. As I said, it's not going to happen this easily, and he can counter this many, many different ways. We know that. But we're trying to show some people, because some people have not been introduced to the grappling portion of it. This is more for standing, and all these can be countered. He can throw me every time I'm moving. Okay, so again, if you look closely, there's a crash, and I hit the body. This is the lever here, which makes the stick propel out. Okay, at that time I hit, I crunch the elbow, you roll around, and I'll bring him to this side here so you can see what's happening. I tighten here to post, and that's the choke. Now notice that my hand comes up to here. I release the stick. I come over, and if the arm is straight, I use this. If the arm is bent, I use this. And that's the position. Okay, I'm going to do this very, very slowly so you can see this again. Okay? Again, I'm going to repeat, because he can counter so many different places here. So what you want to do is hit the hand, hit the leg, thrust, and then eject it. Okay? At the time you hit, you press on the joint This goes underneath your armpit, swinging it around here, and control. So your object now is to take the lock here, or to disengage, and take the straight arm bar if it's straight, or take the bent arm bar with the foot stomp and turn gently to that side here like this. Okay? Now, again, very slowly again. This is from the stand-up. Okay? 1, 2, put the lever, because this is the fulcrum and lever here. Eject it here. See? That's going to strike. You're going to knee strike in. You're going to push it, and even over here, see, look at my hammer fist over here as I'm coming down slowly. See the smashing here, and then if the arm is straight, see, you're going to break it here. If the arm is bent, see, you're going to step over and take the lock here. I'm going to do that one more time very slowly so you can see it. Okay? Again, you're here, you eject, strike, come in, underneath the armpit, you can choke out here, bring the man down, pulse, lock, exchange the stick. If it's straight, straight arm bar here. If the arm is bent, put your foot here and turn. Okay? That's one of the possibilities that will happen. Okay? Now, in the process of this, sometimes there's an exchange here. For an example, if I come in here and I strike, and I pull you, he'll usually check, and I'll flip up. He'll usually come up. See, that's another time you can use it. See? Back and pull and lock it. Turn it again. You had this technique again like this. But now I'm going to have you switch the base, see, and move to this position here. Put this at the hand position and lock it coming this way. All right? One more time very slowly again. Okay? Now this will occur many different ways. Okay? Okay, so the entry sometimes is here. Back like that. Okay? Now if I strip, another entry might be this. He punches, you strike. You come over, you bend it down like that, you choke it out here. Okay, one more time slowly, okay? See, because we don't know where the variation, that could be stripped here. He punches, are going to be smacked here. You pull out, smack here, and this is going across the nerve, which brings the body here, see? And you're going to choke it out here like this. One more time slowly, okay? All right? At that position in here, see, you might strip it here. You might come back here, strike here. If he strikes with that fist, always make sure that you take care of it. Bend the arm, you reach up here, and choke. Okay? Now he can do a lot of shoulder throws from that too. Let's do it one more time, okay? You come back to here, you switch it, strip it here, back, come down, knee, and take it here. Okay? These are different variations that apparently will happen many times over, okay? Now a lot of times, when you're here like this, you may come to this position, you may snake. At that time he punts and you carry the hand here. See what's happening over here? And you drop it here. See? That's the lock here. Okay, one more time so you can see this. It's not going to happen exactly like this, but you will get the basic idea. This is one. You see how they trap the arm here? Step forward like this, okay? This arm is locked, and that's the base, okay? One more time very, very slowly, okay? You snake. See this hand that comes up? Notice where you put it? Put it down slowly and snake. At any time you have to watch out because this arm can bend your arm, see? Now it's what? Branch up. So you switch the base again and come to that position. This is what we call branch up. Again slowly. Okay, one more time so you can see this, see? Okay, we'll try this very, very slow. Okay, so you're going to snake here. He punches, see how this lifts up? You come to this position, okay? Now, provided the arm is straight, we can do this, see? But if it bends, see, you want to pin this here, you want to hit the hand strike. This is called branch up, and turn the body slowly. Okay, one more time slowly, okay? All right, position, one, he punches. Lift this up, hold on to it, turn. You're trying for the straight arm bar, but he bends it. So you strike it, that loosens them up, take the base here, hold the thigh, turn gently. Again, I'm going to say that it's not going to happen like this. These are the basics that you want to learn. Okay, let's say that you're in middle range and he strikes and my stick is pointed down. And I'm going to pull you with this end, he's going to catch it. I'm going to flip up. And this is the hand here. Notice where the strip is. Notice the strike. And this is the elbow lock here. Okay, and you can lock from the kneeling position very slowly. And that's it. Okay, let's try this very, very slow. Okay, there's so many different variations that can happen from here. So my stick is pointed down. I'm going to puño with this hand, and he's going to catch it. I flip up. You see where the strip is now? I'm stripping it here. I'm going to strike, loop across, and come down to here. Okay. Okay. One more time slowly. Okay. Okay. I'm going to stick it down. He's going to catch it. I'm going to flip. At this point here, see how I grab it? This actually flies in, strike the head, scoop the arm, and hold the body down like this. Okay, put the knee here to stabilize it. Pick up the wrist and bend to this position. Okay. Now, many times during this scenario here, you will come to this. I will go 1, I will go 2, and I will go 3. At that time, I'm going to puño here, and he will take his leg and strip. We are now in the classic dumo position where we start off. Okay, one more time to show you this. Okay. Now, the dumo can work with the stick or without the stick. It can work with the dagger or without the dagger, and it can be worked empty hands. Okay, look at it again closely. See, this is 1. I'm going to puño. I flip it up. See how I strip it to here? Now I'm going to strike with this puño. He's going to catch it and strip. I'm going to move here. We're in this position now in the classic, what we call neck hold and arm hold. This could be here, this could be here. It could be underhook, it can be many different variations. But just to show you what happens over here, this is what we're going to do, okay? All right, in slow motion again. So this is one of so many different possibilities. Notice strip, notice how I puño here, he gets it, and he strips it. Now we're going to fight here, and this is the position we want to be in. We're going to go through some drills that are very common in what we call higut, which is the tie, and hubad, and lubad. Now, there's so many dialects in the Philippines, there's 78 dialects, and many of them came into the United States. Say, when you say hubad, in some dialects, it means to undress. If you say hubad in another dialect, it means to untie. So we mean to untie. Higut meaning to tie, or hikut is a light tie, and hubad is to untie. And lubad is kind of a washing term. When you take white clothes and you wash it with black clothes, the white clothes becomes a blend of that too. It's called lubad. So this is a drill. Okay, so if both weapons have just come in here, the drill is this. This is a hand release. I'm going to grab here, see? And he's going to grab my neck. So, see the hand? So the first one I want to teach is parry, back fist, and grab the neck. Parry, back fist, and grab the neck. It's going to be like that. That's the first basic I want you to use, okay? The next basic is parry, elbow, and grab the neck. This is for all the basics, okay? Parry, elbow, and grab the neck. Parry, elbow, and grab the neck. Okay, one more time. Parry, elbow, and grab the neck. Okay, now I'm going to parry, back fist, and grab the neck. 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 Parry, back. These are an exercise, okay? The other one is I parry, and I'm going to do the slice up with the elbow. He's do the same thing. Slice up with the elbow, slice up the elbow. I'm doing on the right side, he's doing the left side, strictly for the educational purpose, okay? Then you have this. This is the gunting. See how I'm hitting the hand here? And then back in, see? It's going to tap. So the gunting is going to hit here, see? But it also hits the kidney at the same time you come back to here. See? And so it's going to be like that. Okay? Then we also, the hand with two hands and grab the neck. We can also with the left hand and grab the neck. See? We can also with the left hand and elbow and grab the neck. Okay? We can also shrug with the elbow and grab the neck. Shoulder shrug here. So this one comes in here like this and grab the neck. Okay? Shoulder roll and grab the neck. See? When you do this, see, I can grab to this side or this side. It doesn't matter for the exercise. Okay? So again, it's your shoulder roll and grab the neck. Or the shoulder roll with the elbow and grab the neck. Okay, or the sungab with the right hand, the sungab with the right hand and grab the neck. Sungab and grab the neck. So go like this, back. So you just get to see the basics like this. Okay, and anytime you have the back hand, you can grab the neck here. That's the back hand directly. Or it could be the knife hand back the neck here. These are all the different variations that you can do. Now you can also, you said you had one hand like this, and if the arm is bent like this, you can pull and then in. So you pull it and then grab in. See how I pull on the bottom or on the top or on the elbow this way and grab the neck. So you bend the arm, pull it like this, grab the neck. See how I'm pulling like this and grab the neck, okay? Right. You can pull with this hand here and grab the neck, see? Pull it and grab the neck. Same thing, pull it and grab the neck. Okay, also, when you come out here, so you can pull it this way and grab the neck. Okay, again, the same basic. He's going to arm pull and grab the neck. So when you come over here, see, one arm is here and grab the neck. Here and grab the neck. Okay, now we're going to play, okay? So over here, we're going to play for about 30 seconds, and this is what it's going to look like. This is so we can establish the hand position left and right, so we can go around left or right, and we're going to make the exercise a little bit alive, okay? So he's going to grab it here. We're just going to move and play, see? And we're working for the back. In the bending position, you're going to go here like this, okay? You're going to come back to here, okay? As I said before, in a lot of systems, the instructor is here and you're here. In a traditional Japanese system, if you're a fifth dan, the first dan will usually listen, or the people below the dan level will listen. It's very difficult. So you know your place in the Japanese system. In the Filipino system, as traditionally taught, they may not be like that in the Philippines now because they had a lot of Japanese influence with the belts. That's why they're putting. Filipino systems never had belts. You know, you were a student, usually junior level and senior level or intermediate level, maybe 3 levels of student, and then you were a guru. And then in most Filipino systems, like the Villabrelo system, there is only one grandmaster, there is only one master, everybody else are gurus or professors, and then you have students. Now the way I deal with this is it takes more maturity in the Filipino system because that student has to be respectful to the instructor. That instructor has to be respectful to students. So I like to say that, you know, I like to, if a person is out of line, I will tell them because you will listen. It's more like a father to son type of thing in the Filipino martial art. And the son should respond if he has any respect for his father, because it is his father. He should stay in the path that his father wants. Yet he is verbal enough to say to his father, but how about this? And the father should listen, and maybe there's another path to go on. And that's the way I handle it. And I make mistakes, but for the most part, I like that method for myself. It's worked for me. You know, I let them go off because you learn a lot by going away from what we call the apron string. And that's why, you know, and you still help and you still have that relationship. And I think that relationship is important as we go through life. I have never thought that I possess all the knowledge in the world. I think that my student can help me grow. And in my case, it has been. They have helped me grow probably more or as much as I've helped them grow. You can do these takedowns from the punching and kicking and elbowing and kneeing range, but we're going to do it from the tie-up range just so you get the basic idea how the game is played. Okay? Now they're working for position now. Okay? That's now, you know, he straddles the leg. That's a takedown. Okay? All right, you want to do that really slowly, just 3 times. 1, 2. You notice over here, see, you're working for position. See how he straddles the leg between his 2 legs here? Cross, that's back. That's just a takedown. He's going to do it one more time, okay? Yeah. He's going to leg pick up. It's going to be straddled between his legs. Puts pressure down, that's the takedown. Comes across and gets the position, okay? He's going to pick another one, okay? Very slowly, okay? You're working for position, okay? Single leg again, and pick up, okay?
One more time. Any basics? Looking for position. As I said before, this can come from striking, to tying up. Again, single leg takedown. Okay. One more time. Okay. Okay. Grab them. That's a double leg takedown. Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask him to do it really slow. Can you do that really slow? Okay. Both legs will be picked up. Okay. Up. Okay. He's going to shoot. Then goes to the double. Notice he went with one arm in and then went one arm out. Okay, one more time again. Okay. Once he goes to the ground, then they're going to look for the kunsi. Okay, that's the position. Okay. Okay. One more time. Okay. Last time. Single leg, double, and establish the top position. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, there are several controls. One is the neck control, okay, where you control his body to the neck. Okay, one-handed, two-handed, doesn't matter. Then you have the body control, which is here. Okay, switch it here. These are all different arm controls, things of this. Okay, behind. Those are all the different control positions, and from the back to the legs. Okay, all right. Now over here, a lot of times, this is the hand play. Okay. So we're going to do this exercise. It could be at the wrist, which you can go here to that position. Okay, look at it again. So the first drill is to disengage this way, see? Back. Pop levo to this side, see? Again, slowly so you can see it. Remember, we're going to do it both left and right so that you can back to here. Now this is an exercise to go to different positions, okay? Now sometimes you want to tap it and come under, okay? Tap it and come under. Notice how I tap it and come under? Tap it and come under. Tap and come under, and now, see, I'm going to tap it and come under, okay? Tap it and come under, tap it and come under, tap it and come under, okay? Now we're going to switch to the opposite side, okay? Now at this point here, we're going to wipe it down. You can sweep it and go on top, see? So I'm wiping it down and going to the elbow, wiping it down and going to the elbow, wiping it down and going to the elbow. When I switch now, he's going to go back, so I wipe it down, go to the elbow, wipe it down, go to the elbow, wipe it down, go to the elbow, wipe it down, go to the elbow. Okay, at this point I'm going to wipe it from the backhand and go to the elbow, see? Wiping it to the elbow, again wipe it and go to the elbow. See, I wipe it here, go to the elbow, wipe it here, go to the elbow, wipe it here, go to the elbow, okay? Now when he switches at this point here, sometimes when you come over like this, see, you can wipe it like this, okay? This is the bend arm, just a little bit different variation. It's just like that, you bend it and you come to this position. So you bend it, you come to this position. Now we're going to do it on the opposite side so you can see on the camera. You bend it, see, you come to this position. Okay, you bend it, and you come to this position. This hand just sort of folds like this. You come to this position, okay? All right. Now a lot of times when you come to this position here, this hand's going to wipe out to this side here, and you're going to pull, okay? Okay, one more time again so you can see it, see? So your hand here can come to this position, see? Take the right hand, and you're going to pull, okay? Now he'll push off, and he'll come to this end in the check, and he's going to turn here, he's going to pull me back, okay? Okay, see the hand position? And that's the play, the hand position. See how we're turning around here? And we can be spinning around, turning it, see? And moving the position. So this one now is for the position of play. Okay, we're going to play a little bit here so that you see. See, we're looking for the position because we're controlled. We can control the head, but this game here now is going to be on the elbow joint itself, see? Or on the hand like this. Now we're going to play, okay? We're going to do the neck control, we're going to do the elbow control, we're going to do the wrist control, we use arm control, and we're going to play and work for position. This is how you get good. The only way you can do it is do it. You can learn all the drills in Dumo, but you got to do the actual application, and you're going to play. Which means you want to play so that you can learn, okay? Okay. You're going to notice now they're going to go very slowly now, so you can see. See, this is the play. So you can work from the hand position, learning how to untie and tie. This is an important part. You're going to untie and tie position, okay? You're going to move around. They're doing this slow so you can see the variation. See, he's trying to go to the back. See how he swivels the hip? Okay, and he goes to the back, he turns back over, and they're going to pan play. See, he's going to do the body control. They're going to go to the body control, right? They're going to do the leg control. See? And they're going to play out here, go back and forth, just to get the feeling of the motion. See, this is important. And no one's going to let you do the takedown so that you can do the lock on the ground. So this is an important part, because if you cannot take the person down or if you cannot control the body, you'll probably not get the throw. Doesn't matter if it's a throw or a sweep or a trip or a takedown. You want to be able to just play with it. And this is so important in the training, see? You don't have to go hard. They're going now about probably 50%, probably less than 50%, but they're playing now. So, because the more they do it, the more the body becomes accustomed to it, okay? A lot of the techniques in Dumog or Bono or Penjok Salat, Bur Salat, Kuntao Salat, they look very, very similar. I have an instructor in the Philippines by the name of Tuhan Leo Gahi. He's done extensive research in Southeast Asia, and he will tell you that probably the Indonesians, Malaysians, the Filipino style, both in the Harimau style of fighting, both in the Kuntao Salat and the Bur Salat, they all look the same because there's a common denominator between those styles. So what I'm going to show you right now are several techniques from the La Casa system. It's not going to happen exactly like this, but this is the format in which they teach it, okay? All right, so what I'm going to have Eric do is throw the jab, okay? Again, the thrust of the fingers, eye, the elbow, the knee shot, the face lock or choke, the throw itself, drop the right knee down, drop the left knee down, drop the right knee down, and stomp. Cuddle, and turn down, get the first arm bar. Okay? Everybody has that. Okay? But, again, showing the basics again. This is 1, see? 2, 3, 4, face lock, turn the body here, drop the right knee down, drop the left knee down, drop the right knee down, stomp. Notice only one leg goes over the body. That's the first basic technique you find doing the La Casa system. The second one is very, very similar. I use the same opening so you can get the basic idea. He jabs, gunting, thrust of the fingers, elbow. Same follow-up, so you want to get this 1, see? Shoot the body through. Notice I'm going to straddle the body for the right knee drop, for the left knee drop, and right knee drop. Go over, hold on, come back, and notice that 2 legs are now over the body into the arm bar. Okay? One more time, very, very slow. Okay? Again, from this position again. 1, 2, elbow hit, finger hit, thumb to the eye, elbow again, the knee shot, the face lock, the throw. I'm going to drop the right knee down, right knee down, left knee down, right knee down. Notice again that both legs are over the body in this, okay? And your arm bar, okay? One more time again. Okay, slowly, okay? Okay, this is 1, this is 2, elbow hit, finger strike, elbow, knee to the face lock, turn the body, okay. Drop the right knee down, left, right, switch the base, okay, come up, and both legs are over the body. So we had one technique when one leg was over the body. This one has both legs to the body. Okay? We'll go to the third basic they teach in the La Casa system. Okay? All right, same opening so you won't get confused. This is 1, 2, 3, elbow, knee, face lock. Now this has many different variations. Okay? What we do now is we drop the knee, but this hand is here. So this foot is placed underneath the head, and this is your first lock. Your second lock is here. Third lock is here. Okay, you notice this one leg is over, it's in the scissor position, like this. What they like to do is lift the person up, hit him on the ground like this, and then lock into that position here. Which is very, very similar in a lot of systems. Okay, one more time again slowly. Okay, again,
preparing the hand here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do the face lock. It's not successful, so you turn the body this way and drop. Okay? And when you drop the right knee down, you place this foot here. This is the first arm bar. The second arm bar is kneeling. Third arm bar, come back to this position here. Like that. Kick the leg over, and this is another follow. The hand position is here, locking in that position. Okay? One more time again, very, very slow. And it will depend on the follow-up that you want to use, okay? This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, knee in the face, taking the face lock. It doesn't quite work, so you try to shoot the body through, drop it down, drop the knee down here, make sure this arm is tight. Over here, the second lock here, or the first lock, come over here to drop it here. Okay, lock it, switch the base again, it holds on, you lock it. Okay, you kick this person up, see the hand position here? You come up to this position, roll up, lock it, sit over.
I've been inspired and influenced by many Filipino martial art teachers, and it's hard to say that one is better than the other, but the one that really impressed me was like Leo Horong. He impressed me, and he was a very good man. And Lacosta, Johnny Lacosta. And I think that what impressed me not only was their physical skill in all the different areas of Kali, but their life. Now, I'm sure a lot of people used to tell me, look, but Mano Lacosta, you're Mano Lacosta, that's a term of respect of one older. It says when he was young, he was such a wild person. He was a fighter, you know. I think maybe when they get older, they become wiser. But the Lacosta I knew was a very giving individual, a very loving individual, a very knowledgeable individual. And my growth, he was also a healer, he was a folk dance teacher, and my growth from martial art stemmed from him, because ideally, and I think you shouldn't worship anybody or idolize anybody, and what I liked about him was the way and the compassion when I couldn't learn, and the lessons he taught. Like one of the things I learned from him, he says, okay, Dan, I'm going to teach you, but I would like you to study under 3 or 4 people, and I will train you simultaneously. And I thought, oh my gosh, he doesn't like me. He's actually sending me to different people to be trained under, and I go. And so I felt disappointed. But after I trained with different people, not that, you know, they were so bad, but they were actually good in their area. And when I trained with him, it really made a lot of the material that he gave me. Because he said, you never want to think that one person possesses all the skill. This concludes Volume 2 on Filipino Dumag with the stick and without the stick. I want to thank Rick Young from Scotland for helping me, and Eric Paulson from Los Angeles for helping me. Okay? Without them, I couldn't do this video. It's important to remember there are many grappling systems. I encourage you to take systems like shoot wrestling from Japan, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, because all these systems will help from takedown to locking. This will really help. And I feel that some purists will say, well, probably you should keep the technique strictly Filipino, but I think it grows more if you put other elements and give credit to where it's from, whether it's from shoot wrestling, or whether it's from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or from Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, or from catch-as-can wrestling, or whatever, or Russian Sambo, and it can be incorporated in, and it will influence your art to become higher. This is just my own personal belief. However, this tape was strictly Filipino takedowns and locking. Thank you very much. I think the discipline should be there, and I believe it should be set by example. If you set it by example, I think people will follow. You know, if you say you want this, you want them to get in shape, I think no matter even what your age is, you should set an example of being in shape so they follow you. You know, if you of good moral character, I think you should have that so people will follow you. If you ask that of them to have good moral character, and then you don't have the proper morality, then there's something wrong. So I like to think that you should set the example as the instructor, and people will follow. It's natural. If I've noticed that if an instructor is arrogant, you know, his students will be arrogant. And usually when you see students are arrogant, sometimes you look at the instructor and you'll see that the instructor is arrogant, because they'll follow that consciously or subconsciously or consciously. That trait will be in there. If they think they're the world's greatest and nobody else has been and nobody else has anything to offer, they will think that way. But if an instructor is usually open and he allows other people to learn from other people and they're not threatened by their students learning with other people, right, then the students will develop in the same way. They will help you grow. You will help them grow. If they find something new, they will share it with you. And you should do the same thing. If you find something new, you should share it with them. But because of business now, it's so important, at least in America, everybody wants the students because that's how your school survives, and that makes it very, very difficult. But I think it's a wise instructor that allows their students to learn from a variety of different things.